at the mall, and I'm like,
Maxwell
Yeah.
Murder bought the for all you podcast listeners, he bought the question mark box of Legos, and it's got a bunch of hidden little surprises. You want to
Yeah.
show 'em?
Yeah, this is my favorite.
The top
Oh,
pops out.
the top pops out, and then it's all the from Mario 64. It's all the areas, and then like you can even take this off and see the inside of the castle.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
this thing is so
awesome.
weird. It's so cool.
I'd buy it purely because of Mario 64. Like that game
And
changed the game, if you know what I'm
this,
saying.
I love that game, but this Lego set is so like intricately and well built. Like it goes back into a box.
It goes.
Was it like really worth it?
I think it
Hey, yo,
is.
Crook.
Hey, yo, Saventor, what up, buddy?
Do me a favor and text me a link, yo, so I can send it to somebody.
All right, let me go ahead and shoot that to you.
Shit sticks.
Max,
Bowser.
do you have Saventor's number?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to text that to him while I start the podcast?
Is it just the link to your Twitch account?
Yep.
Okay, I got it. 1 second.
All right.
You-
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this podcast started. Welcome to the third episode of the Stone Gauntlet. Today we are talking more about lightsabers. Yay! I'm actually kind of excited because the first lightsaber episode was just fact after fact after fact, whereas this one is going to be much more fun. We're going to delve into some of the more like prominent dark side lightsabers. We're also going to talk about the colors behind the lightsabers and what they mean, as well as how a Jedi and a Sith make a lightsaber. And then we're going to wrap it all up with telling you whether or not we at Crook Irish Studios believe lightsabers can be done. So let's go ahead and start. I'm your host, Crook Irish. You know me from all sorts of shit, I'm sure, like ghost hunting and this dumbass Twitch channel. And that's I was actually about to shout out my Twitch channel. and I'm joined by my
Do it.
everyone. Yo, go check out Crook Irish at Twitch. The links are in the fucking YouTube and all sorts of shit.
You're probably watching it right now on Twitch.
You're probably watching it right now on Twitch or listening to us in the future. In which
Yeah.
case, hello future in a time that doesn't exist.
This
Now-
is a timeless podcast.
I mean, technically, if we look at time as a concurrent theme,
Hey,
timeless is exactly where the park. Anyway, we're back. We're talking about fucking lightsabers today. My
Yo, what
co-host.
if they had a lightsaber that controlled time?
Like
That would be awesome.
like a time saber.
Like a
Whoa.
time saber.
Oh my god, a time saver.
I'm joined today by my co-host Maxwell Murder over here. Max, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Max. I do a lot of this stuff with Kirby, and I'm into weird shit like high strangeness and ghosts and shit and the Mothman. So I'm on the Mothman search team. I don't know if anyone knew that. And yeah, I also do another podcast called My Brain is Hanging Upside Down. It's about music. So far, it's only been about punk because I only listen to punk rock. We might get into some other stuff later, but right now, next episode's either gonna be Green Day or NoFX. We've done Op Ivy and Rancid so far.
All right, that is coming to you next week on the Upside Down Brain podcast. You'll find that link in the chat, which I just threw up. Spider Dude.
We might do the germs too. Just saying.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Spider Dude, welcome back to the podcast. It looks like you are all geared up for the fucking Dark Sabers episode.
I indeed am.
I'm digging the red glow. You look like you're ready to just go beat the shit out of a Jedi.
Never know. Maybe I am.
It happened.
That would be a very different side of Spider Dude that I've never seen. So that leads me to my last co-host today, and his name is Saventor over here to the right.
I am Saventor.
Yeah.
Well, he's at least very honest about who he is. So, all right, kick it off.
Saventor.
You don't want to get on this guy's bad side.
3 hours later. So, ironically, we chose today Revenge of the Fifth to do our Dark Side Lightsabers episode. For two reasons. A, because it's Dark Side Lightsabers and it's Revenge of the Fifth. And B, because everybody here at Crook Irish Studios would probably immediately go Sith if we had Force powers and a lightsaber.
I mean, when we discussed the Infinity Stones, we pretty much all decided to be criminals or just extremely annoying people.
My dark side came out.
Yeah.
Vengeance for MJ.
Hey, at least you heard it here first. So if we are ever criminals towards you, we can say we did warn you.
True story.
True story.
You've been warned.
So
I will find MJ's killer.
You've been warned.
by all of us at Crook Irish Studios, and this is how we go to 2 listeners. Dark side. All right. Starting off the dark side of lightsabers, I decided to kick it off with 2 of the fucking dumbest lightsaber designs I've ever seen. And the first one is Rey's dual-bladed lightsaber. She debuts in Rise of Skywalker, December 2019. She is the dark side of Rey. Her lightsaber is kind of like a switchblade. Imagine it like fucking Darth Maul's, but it can fold in half. Now, my question to this is why? If a fucking lightsaber, and like Darth Maul's, can only eject one blade at a time, if he chooses to, he can ignite both blades, but he can only also do one. Why the fuck do you need 2 blades? It's like, did the first one not do enough damage?
Can I just say something that I didn't pay enough attention to that movie to even notice that.
Honestly,
Actually, same with me. I was like, what? Hang on a second. There's what?
Wait a minute.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, wait, hold on. Are you a Rise of Skywalker defender? Because it's about to get real fucking like.
No.
We're gonna be throwing the gauntlet here.
Oh, are you talking to Saventor or me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Saventor.
Okay.
Hey, look, I just defend the rise of the lightsaber.
That's a fair point, Saventor. So,
Can I just point out the only good character in the Rise, this whole series is BB-8.
dude, I love
Yeah.
BB-8. Honestly,
Yeah,
He's
you know
just like that. He just wrecks
Just-
everybody.
BB-8.
Just I don't know if
Poe
you can
and
see it,
Finn.
but we've got him up there. The Lego BB-8,
Oh yeah, he's sitting up there on the shelf on the far
which is
left.
actually not in production. Can't find it anywhere anymore.
What?
Yeah, honestly, BB-8, Poe, and Finn were the best things about
Yeah.
that fucking trilogy.
Yeah,
Until
right.
and like
Poe was awesome.
Poe was fantastic. And when you go to Poe and ask, how did the Emperor return? And his response is, I don't know, magic? You got fucking problems with your movie.
You got fucking problems with your movie. This is
I don't
true.
know.
It's true
I
story.
don't know. There is Sith magic.
Sith magic.
Actually, we're going to get into that later, guys. But spoiler alert for Dark Side of Lightsabers, they're all fucking red. Look, if
That
you're...
might be the lamest fucking thing yet.
Yeah.
That might be it.
I'm going to look. If you're an emperor hiding from a group of Jedi who vastly outnumber you, and you know that one misstep can get you fucking thrown off the council, why the fuck would you carry a Sith lightsaber?
So you could say your buddy did it. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
him, wasn't me.
Throw it to the nearest guard.
It happened to us
He
all
did
the
it.
time. Trust me. I've seen it on
Who was the
YouTube.
chosen one?
Oh, so hold on. Are you saying Anakin's a scapegoat?
Yes.
Look, anybody's a scapegoat if you're a scapegoat.
Oh my god. Okay, on to the next dumbest lightsaber. Also produced in the same trilogy, Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And you know what I have written down for Kylo Ren as a character description?
What?
Total loser. That's gonna tell you just how much I like this lightsaber from the get-go.
Okay. So I want to say about Kylo Ren's lightsaber that I love the effect that they gave the blade, right?
I kind
That
of do
red
like that too. Like,
that red thing, but the hilt on that fucking lightsaber is the most dangerous thing you could fucking imagine to put on a sword. The hilt's supposed to protect you, not put a hole in your fucking leg when you're holding it.
Yeah, why
Well,
would
I'm
you have
saying,
supposed
yo,
to be
look,
smart,
if you
like
put a
Han
hole in your
Solo,
leg
like,
when you're
man.
holding it, that's like if you shoot yourself with the gun, Cheddar Bob. Look,
Yeah.
don't Cheddar
Yeah,
Bob yourself.
look,
The
more so
gun's
than
not
that.
as hot as a sun.
Great swords back in the day, they had the fucking bar there to stop your hand from hitting the blade. But what happens when the bar is made of a fucking blade itself? Like
That's
Kylo Ren.
correct.
Not just a blade, a beam of light that is hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
I'm saying, look, yo, if somebody come at you with a lightsaber and you catch it, you won't be complaining.
You know what? Maybe he's
True.
like, I want to be
True.
closer to my dad by just constantly burning the fuck out of my hand.
Look, some people like pain. It happens. Some people like hot sauce. I've seen it on chicken and eggs.
Yeah, what?
That's true. He's right.
That's right.
He's really right. Yeah, he makes a good point. But I liked the like it. I think. Did we have a theory of why it was so cool? That
Okay,
Kirby.
So here's my breakdown of Kylo Ren's lightsaber. He debuted in the Force debuted in the Force
Debuted.
Awakens, December 2015. His lightsaber, though the crossguard is stupid as fuck, looks cool with the fucking unleashed blade. I think they could have had that same effect with the regular lightsaber hilt and made it look totally badass. Now,
And been a lot safer.
and been a lot
you know-
safer.
Whoa.
It'll make a
How
lot
can
more
you have the
sense.
same effect? I'm gonna tell you right now how you can't have the same effect. Are you ready for
Okay.
this?
Yes,
Did you spend the last week researching lightsabers?
You
I would
cannot
love to
have
hear.
the same effect because we
Lay
did
it
not
on us,
have this
man.
conversation. Bang! Blow up the world! Blow it up! Death Star!
Yeah. So fucking. Anyway. All right.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was pretty legit. Kylo Ren's lightsaber is unstable because he has a cracked kyber crystal. We think
Or it's like man's best friend.
no.
Maybe
no,
it's just
that's not
unstable
it.
because he is.
That's
Look,
God damn
I'm
it.
Dr. Phillips.
That's my
somebody's
second
mom,
theory.
and sometimes
You
I'm
son
gonna
of a
tell you something.
bitch.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. Saventor's right.
God damn it, Saventor. No, okay, yeah. The other theory is that Kylo Ren's lightsaber is unstable because he is. Because it actually ties into the fucking lightsaber mythos.
I
That
am
does make
Saventor.
So, yes.
Saventor's fucking right, man.
The Saventor's light. Right. Okay, so we're
Venture's always right.
gonna
Yeah, I don't-
briefly talk about this one.
Unfortunately.
We're
This
just
was
gonna ignore Kenny.
what?
What?
Like, we're just
I'm
gonna
just
ignore
look.
Kenny.
I'm just gonna
It's
continue
Saventor.
with the podcast.
Okay,
Unnamed Sith.
keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Debuted. Okay, so this one's an unnamed Sith. She debuted in Star Wars Visions, September 2021. She had an umbrella lightsaber. It was modeled after the Inquisitors. Though it was a cool design, it pretty much failed right away.
Incredibly dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous.
Jesus.
How do you keep the rain off?
I
Yeah.
wonder if
understand.
nobody
Oh my-
told her not to like open it in a house.
Or ever.
Yeah. Or yeah. If it's actually raining out, it's gonna boil the water and probably burn you.
Like you're just gonna walk past people chopping their heads off all the time with your umbrella? This is one
Hey,
asshole.
look, I want
imagine
to
her.
say you want
She's
to
like a
blame the
princess.
user and not the
Yes.
tool.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
can just
That's
imagine
true.
it's like she's like acting like a princess and just like twirling the umbrella behind her, just chopping off everybody.
I know
who's got
somebody
it.
who was
Heads flying
motherfucking
everywhere.
really wielded that thing. The robot dude. Come on.
The robot dude.
What, from the Mandalorian?
Was it Count Dooku's boy?
Yeah,
Oh, Grievous, yeah.
Grievous.
Yes. If you'd have given that umbrella shit to Grievous,
Yeah.
game over.
That's a Grievous style weapon for sure.
Dude, yeah,
Yes.
Grievous would have fucking used it. And that's because Grievous, and we might do a deep dive on him alone, is actually a straight up war general. Fighting in like hundreds of thousands of wars.
Yeah.
Like before
Imagine
he
if
even
he had
went into the Clone
spoilers.
Wars.
I mean, like he's so badass that like the only thing left of him that's real is his heart. He's like fought so many battles, like that's all that's left of him.
Yeah, dude, and that's why it takes like Obi-Wan to beat him, and just fucking barely.
Do you guys see what this is?
A battle droid.
It's
A
a
hat.
Lego. It's a Lego hat. Who do you think it belongs to?
Belongs to that first
Dr.
guy.
Grant.
Dr. Grant.
Dr.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is a fantastic idea for a Jurassic
dope.
Park stream. Moving
Yes.
on to Count Dooku.
Sorry.
He debuted in Attack of the Clones May 2002. He led the Separatist armies, and he had a rare curved lightsaber hilt. It actually reflects his background as royalty on the planet Serrano. That is why his hilt is curved.
Actually,
Well, I mean, the curved hilt isn't strange to the blade anyway. So
Yeah.
I when I was at Disneyland and I put together my lightsaber, which is you can do. I put together a Count Dooku lightsaber with the curved one.
Honestly, I'd probably go with Count Dooku or Yoda's lightsaber. If
Yeah,
I was to
it
build
was
one.
it was bitchin'.
they didn't have real crystals when I was there. I tried to put it together with my mind, and it did not work. It always works.
And
I
then-
was there with my kids, and my daughter produces those crystals. So
And then Disney still charged you
Very
$200
nice. We must talk.
for no reason.
Well, since like last
What?
podcast,
What
I
about-
tried making my own web lightsaber. Yeah, no, that didn't work. It just
It just stuck to things. It didn't really catch anything.
Well,
It caught all sorts. Anyway,
I'm just gonna get the web is gonna vaporize the second it hit the plasma hits it. Just saying.
He made a plasma. Okay, I'm not going to debate this. Darth
Okay.
Sidious he debuted in the Empire Strikes Back, June 1980. He is the most recognizable Sith. And now here's where it gets a little interesting. He actually considered battling with sabers as beneath him, because he believed that Sith wield enough powers to fight without a
Yeah, I
lightsaber.
believe that battling sabers is beneath me too. Why would I want to battle a goddamn saber-toothed tiger? It's fucking extinct. I don't want to battle that. I want to battle a giant, a titan. I want to battle Galacticus. I am Saventor.
So
He's right.
I don't know how many saber-toothed tigers Darth Sidious fought, but he really only carried his lightsaber as a way of mocking the Jedi.
It's true.
But
Yeah,
kinda
he
just like,
he used yeah.
He used it only against like Yoda and Mace Windu, two people that if he didn't use it against, they would have fucked him up badly.
Yeah.
No.
I think that scene was ridiculous. Mace Windu would have whooped him.
Mace Windu is alive. Tell it, Saventor. You know everything. See?
alive.
There we go. We here at Kirk Irish Studios believe that Mace Windu is alive, and we just have to find him.
Alive and well, and the best Jedi.
And the best Jedi.
mhm.
And
Okay.
if you don't believe me, guess who I saw last week? Ask me, where's Waldo today? Mhm.
Where's Waldo today?
That's right.
That's
Good
right.
question.
You know what? Saventor, I'm gonna buy a Where's Waldo book, and
Thank
then we
you.
can find him.
You should.
Okay, so briefly talking about this, the Dark Saber, probably my favorite lightsaber. I debated whether to put it on the good or the bad side, but honestly, the Dark Saber doesn't really portray to any fucking good or bad. It indicates the ruler of Mandalore can only be won through combat. So if you beat somebody with the
This
Dark
is
Saber,
the way.
this is the way. You get the Dark Saber. But if they willingly give it to you, you do not get the respect of the Mandalorians, which is what is required to wield it effectively. Um, it was carried by the first Mandalorian to be a Jedi. Uh, I want to talk more about this, and we will at a future episode.
Can
But
I just point out,
yeah,
Mando threatened me with that if I did anything with Biota.
yeah, I mean,
He just held it up to my forehead. I was like it was. I felt the heat. And I was like, oh no.
Spider Dude is currently watching Grogu for The Mandalorian. So he's making sure that he is safe over there.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good job.
Even though
Yeah.
Spider Dude just willingly admitted to potentially creating crimes. Now we're gonna
Bad
get
job.
we're gonna do a deep dive. It's a bad job. We're gonna do a deep dive on the Dark Saber on a later episode. So I'm gonna jump forward to my favorite Sith, Darth Maul.
That's your favorite Sith?
That's my favorite Sith, dude.
All
Debuted
right. All right.
They debuted in the Phantom Menace, May 1999. He was trained by Darth Sidious. He carried a dual-bladed lightsaber, got cut in half by Obi-Wan, and fell out of memory for the next 10 years before
But-
he was resurrected in the Clone Wars.
But he wasn't even resurrected. He through his power with the Force, he survived being cut in half.
Yeah, he created his own
He
other body.
he willed himself to not die by losing his other I don't want to go into detail too much, but
So-
he lost his schlong.
He did lose his schlong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He actually built himself a spider body and went insane from it.
I'm guessing that thing has a big old dong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he pretty much just copied Dr. Octavius and just was like, you know what, I'm gonna make
Oh my god, he did. You're right.
and go insane.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. Except they brought him back. The Night Sisters of Dathomir brought him back. He fought along Savage Opress, his brother, for many years throughout the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
tangling with the likes of Darth Sidious, as well as Vader, Anakin, and a lot of the prominent members. I wanted to talk about Darth Maul because a lot of people know where Darth Sidious ended up. A lot of people know
You
where
know, I
Vader
was once a prominent member. Once.
What?
And that's why you're on our podcast now.
Yes. He's trying to get back in the good graces.
Thank you.
But not a lot of people know where Darth Maul ended up.
Yeah, that's true.
He actually tracked Obi-Wan to Tatooine, and faced him down in the desert. And in the final duel between him and Obi-Wan, he didn't get his lightsaber cut in half. However, Obi-Wan did end up killing him. And in his final moments, as he was basically collapsing to the ground from death, Obi-Wan ran up and caught him, and held him as he died. And
That's what you do when you're Obi-Wan.
that's what you do when you're Obi-Wan, dude. And Darth Maul
Wait.
was like, what?
Question: when did what part of the timeline did this happen?
This
By any chance?
this falls between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Because Darth
Oh.
Maul looks at Obi-Wan and he's like, that kid you're guarding, is he the chosen one? And Obi-Wan's like, yes. And it said Darth Maul essentially let go of all of his anger and aggression at that moment and passed into the Force.
So
Yeah.
we might be able to see this fight between them in the new Obi-Wan series,
Oh, 100%.
possibly.
If they don't
This is
do
Another
it,
way you
possible.
can see is if you have indigestion, just take a deep breath and allow oneself to pass with the force.
or if you have blood in your stool, you can take a crap and make a Darth Maul.
That's
That will do it.
that is too much information. But
Okay.
yes.
Anyway, moving on to lightsaber colors. Well, let's see. Okay, we got about 5 minutes to chat about this. What's your guys' favorite Sith? You already know mine. It's Darth Maul.
Favorite Sith, man?
Yeah.
I think I like Grievous.
I kind of like Grievous too.
But is
Like,
he a Sith or is he just a general?
he's not a force wielder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darth Talon. Ooh, nice choice, OGT Nasty.
Darth Talon. Oh man.
I'm gonna have to go with what's his name? What's Sidious or whatever the fuck? Vicious? I don't know.
Sidious?
Victitious? No, not that dude. I think
Sid
he
Sid
killed
Vicious.
Bane.
What? Kurt Cobain?
No, I said I think he killed Bane.
Oh,
Wasn't that one of them too?
Oh, you mean Batman?
No. Isn't there another Sith Lord, like one of the upper? Like go like to the first.
Yeah.
Darth Revan?
No.
Darth Tyrannus? That's Count Dooku. Darth
That didn't
Sidious.
even sound anything like anything I tried to say.
I don't know any Darth Sid Vicious or Kurt Cobain. All right.
All right, hold on.
Darth Sid Vicious. His lightsaber is a syringe full of heroin,
Hey, and it's purple.
and it's
Hey.
purple.
People get addicted to fighting him.
Oh man.
It's like, hit me, Sid Vicious, with all you got.
Hit me again, buddy.
Hey, that's all it took. People started talking about Star Wars forever.
What about you, Spider Dude? What's your favorite?
Jar Jar Binks.
You know what? That's a viable theory. I
That is a vi-
legitimately
yeah.
think Jar Jar was a Sith Lord.
plant.
Yeah, a Sith plant by Sidious to like make sure his plans go accordingly.
That makes sense.
But if you're the queen of fucking Naboo, why would you appoint Jar Jar in charge of anything?
It's a good question. She really wasn't a very good monarch.
No. In fact, all those movies kind of sucked. The Clone Wars were way better, people. Go watch that. The Bad Bunch. Or The Bad Batch. Go watch The
Bad Batch is
Mandalorian.
good.
Solo. These are all good Star Wars films.
Yeah. Hey,
Rogue One.
you know what? Solo was so underrated. I thought it was the one of the Solo and Rogue One were better than the three that came out in canon.
Yeah, it's the best Star Wars film since fucking Return of the Jedi.
Absolutely.
Okay. so lightsaber colors. What makes a Jedi have individual colors? Well, the colors actually represent the Jedi Sith connection with the Force, as well as what they're best suited towards. So,
or what types of salt they put in the blade.
What?
Sorry, I'm stepping on a bug.
no, that's not
Wait, you
not in
can put
canon.
salt in a lightsaber? Maybe that will help my
Well,
problem
I'm
with
just
my
saying,
web lightsaber.
the chemical reaction between like sodium chloride and propane and oxygen creates like an orange.
Okay. So the green lightsaber represents the attributes of harmony, helpfulness, cooperation, spirituality, and demonstrated goodwill. The green lightsaber is commonly used by wiser senior Jedi. You'll find it on the likes of Yoda, Qui-Gon, and for some reason, Luke Skywalker.
Don't forget Boba Fett. Oh wait, hang on, never mind, wrong thing.
Wrong thing.
Thanks.
Also, in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano uses a Shoto version of this, which you remember of our previous episode was a shorter lightsaber.
Yes.
Blue represents righteousness and bravery, as well as a user's strong alignment with the Force. It's commonly used by most Jedi Knights, so you'll find that usually on people like Obi-Wan, Anakin.
So blue is sort of like you're just like your default, like
Yeah, it's like you're not very special in the Force. Here's blue.
yeah, like maybe you're yeah, you're just kind of a red shirt or something, you know, like from Star Wars. You're the kind of guy who they goes out to look at some planet and just screams and they find his dead body.
Yeah, so they're like,
Yeah.
unless your last name is One, Solo, or Skywalker, you'll probably
fucked.
die in this battle.
Yes.
Or at Order 66.
That makes sense.
So, purple is a very rare color. It is a combination
Oh.
of red and blue. Purple represents an infinity for both the light and the dark side of the Force. The only person to know or to wield purple is Mace Windu, because he mastered both sides of the Force.
And who we have established.
Whoa. I want to go on record and let everyone know that I too and or also have a purple crystal. I didn't want to tell anyone. It's not something you go around publicizing because of its rarity. But
Well, I think some people might
Saventor.
some people might take it wrong too, you know?
Yeah, they might
Wait,
be
so
like,
that
"Who are you,
means-
Mace Windu?"
Or, you know,
Yeah.
they might think you're affinity of the dark side or something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So does that mean make it so the purple isn't really that rare since there's two now?
What? No, there's not. There's not two of them. Saventor does not have a purple lightsaber. Listen, Samuel L. Jackson, if you're
For
somehow
the record,
listening
I
to
want to
this
state
in the
that I've
future,
already went on record for the record, so it's on record.
It's on the
I
record.
am Saventor.
I side
on
with
record.
Savender.
I'm on the record saying
Thank you. That's
I'm
the
off the
record.
record.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This
there's
entire
no more
record. You
record
can't-
left. We have to go. There's something else to play. Not this record. Let's play something else.
Okay, so, yellow only.
Wait,
Yellow.
there's yellow ones? I did not know that.
Yeah, yellow is only used by Jedi Temple guards and Rey.
And Ray.
Asajj
So-
And
bench.
Ray.
Asajj
So-
bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go on.
Yeah. No, I was just so late. So basically everyone who's lame.
Everyone who's lame. Well,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
quite, because
Okay.
both Asajj Ventress and Ahsoka have wielded this lightsaber at times,
Oh, okay.
and both of those
Okay.
are really fucking dope Jedi.
Okay.
And
Okay, I didn't mean to
And
call
then
her
there's
lame
Ray, the lame
Yeah.
one.
well, Rey's lame.
Well, I don't know if she's that lame. I don't. She
That's
has
fine.
her moments. She was just poorly written. Doesn't mean she's lame.
Yeah. No, I
Whoa,
mean,
whoa,
I
whoa. I'm going to say because of what I've seen her do, like, I know there's a Me Too movement, and Saventor doesn't want to be involved with that.
Oh my God.
I won't be doing anything against the Mrs. Ray. Please have a great day. Love you in the movie. Thank you. Anytime you want to spar, just let me know. I have this purple crystal thing, but don't tell anybody because it's really rare. I've already been on record talking about it. That's on the record, off the record, on the record. Thank you.
Oh, Ray,
I
I got Saventor's number, so if you want to reach out to me, I'll make sure it gets to him.
Yeah.
It might take.
Ray, I'm just saying. Ray had potential, and she was pretty cool. Just there was that last movie was so poorly written and executed that it kind of hurt her lore.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Ray. Okay, I like Ray.
All right. All right.
In my opinion, Ray is the good when she's like a scavenger. With,
Yeah.
like,
Well, the second one, she's pretty fucking badass. Oh no,
Oh,
wait, no,
okay.
the first one. Sorry, the first one.
yeah, that's
We're gonna move on
Scavenger
because
Ray.
we're reaching 40 minutes.
Oh my
Alright.
god. Okay.
here we are.
Orange. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Orange, the
Holy
Jedi
crap.
Fallen. It's the Jedi Fallen Order. is the only canon version of the orange lightsaber, carried by Cal Kestis, and it was a pre-order for Jedi Fallen Order.
Huh.
The best one is the white lightsaber. Spider Dude, I know you got some information on this. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, from what I've heard, the white lightsaber, which is pretty interesting, was wielded mainly by Ahsoka Tano. And the one way how she got a hold of these Ahsoka Tano, I mean, not Ahsoka Tano, these white lightsabers is she actually killed a Sith and took the white lightsaber the red lightsaber from him. Then she purified the crystal. So it's like, because I guess, like, the crystals are kind of like alive. So whenever the Sith put, like, all their hatred into their crystal to make it red, it, like, bleeds out.
Mm.
So when.
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Oh, come on.
No, you're fine.
So when, he, got a hold of this red, he healed it, but it didn't go back to its, like, original blue color. Instead, it went to white. So it was like, it was healed, but not like fully
Not like
like
totally.
yeah.
I think
Gotcha.
I think it went to white the same reason why Kylo's thing is unstable. Because Ahsoka had cut ties with the Jedi Order and had
She didn't.
no she did.
Yeah.
She straight up walked away from them because they
But she
charged her.
did she finish her training? Is my question.
She finished her training and then they tried to charge her with some bullshit crime that she never committed. And when she
Typical.
was on trial, they actually found her guilty, I think. Or they ended up they either ended up finding her guilty and then acquitting her, but like their response to her being like, "Why did you put me through all this bullshit?" was like, "The Force works in mysterious ways." So Asuka was like, "Fuck your Jedi Order," and bounced. And then she was like, "I don't want to be a Sith," and she became essentially a great Jedi.
She did, as we saw
So
in
she's like
the
the
book of
only
Boba Fett.
reasonable Jedi.
Yeah.
Now, real
Actually,
quick, guys, I want to bring attention to the screen. I've located the individual to the likes of which I was speaking of, and or tried to let you guys know about.
let me see. Where's the chat?
Darth Vectivus.
Darth Vectivus.
Who's Darth
Yeah,
Vectivus?
that's right. Who's Darth Vectivus?
I like it.
Came up.
Well,
So,
who is Darth
the real
Oh,
Vectivus?
there it is. It's in. Okay. Darth Vectivus in the life he. Okay, I'm sorry. In the life he enjoyed prior becoming a Sith, was a male human who served as the director of the Jonex Mine 811B asteroid mining colony in some solar system, and
Darth Vectivus.
he looks
the life.
he looks pretty
I couldn't help it.
badass. He looks pretty badass.
All right.
Yeah.
I
I
will.
also
that's my guy.
says I also searched up. It says he's the Sith that did no evil, so he's called like the good Sith Lord.
Yeah.
All right. If we
Good
want
choice. Good choice.
if we want to talk about how lightsabers are made, we're gonna have to move this along. Red. I'm gonna read these off really quick so we can just jump into this. Red represents the Sith. The Sith cannot attune themselves to the Kyber crystal like the Jedi can, so they have to steal or create their crystals through other means. Black is the Dark Saber, and it represents the leadership of Mandalorians, created by Tar Vizsla, the Jedi Mandalorian. Okay.
The only Jedi Mandalorian.
And the last most important thing I want to point out in colors was before Samuel L. Jackson, there was no lightsaber colors other than red, blue, and green. But Big Sam wanted to stand out in Attack of the Clones, so he requested a purple lightsaber because that's his favorite color.
And
Never-
you know what? You
Now
don't say
I'm
no
gonna
to
break
him.
you guys down a little bit more. Purple is supposedly a royal color. So for Samuel L. Jackson to don such a color would be to make a implication that he is of royalty.
That is a good point.
Well, honestly, Samuel L. Jackson's favorite color was purple. So he was like, George, I want to have this in the film because every single film he'd been in, he had something purple. And he
That's
was
right.
initially against it, but then Samuel L. Jackson was like, "Look, I'm Samuel fucking Jackson. If you want me in your film, give me a
You want
purple
to cast
lightsaber."
me? Yeah, seriously.
And then it turned into one of the good lightsabers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually paved the way for multiple colored lightsabers to
It
crop
actually
up
also-
in other media.
Would
But
you
also-
guys
Thank
like
you,
to know what else
Samuel L.
paved the way since we're on the subject?
What's that?
Yes, of course.
Cement. And let me tell you, that stuff works. Paves all types of ways.
that is a very practical answer to that question.
Yes, it is.
Yes, cement does
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is.
pave driveways and stuff
Right.
like that.
That's how you stop huge villains like Juggernaut, the Hulk, the Rhino.
Oh my
Pave
god.
the way. Pave the way.
Paved the way.
Okay,
All right.
guys, what is your
What,
favorite?
move on.
What is your lightsaber color? We're gonna make
Rainbow.
this real quick. What? Rainbow?
Purple.
Purple?
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
fucking
like-
Ooh, I got it. No, fuck that.
purple.
Dark purple.
Oh,
Oh.
darker than Mace
Oh.
Windu's?
Yeah.
Dark like the Black Saber. Purple.
Yeah.
But just purple enough
It's-
to know it's purple?
And it's like a deep purple.
Yeah, it's like you stare into it and then you realize
Yeah.
it's purple. What about you, Spider Dude?
Rainbow, you just gotta crush up all the different colored crystals,
Yeah.
stuff them in the lightsaber, and then boom, rainbow.
I'd be crushing crystals for different reasons. What about you, Max?
Crushing crystals for different reasons. I'm gonna go with the Dark Saber because it looks so fucking badass.
Yo, that Dark Saber is kind of badass.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go traditional green. Green's my
Traditional
favorite
green.
color. Yeah.
Okay.
Roommate, if I had to actually be legit though, I'd probably go with the Dark Saber mixed with a blue.
Like a blue.
Like try to mix
Yeah, that'd
that.
be dope. That'd be dope. And I guess
Yeah, that's
any
pretty
type
dope.
of color that you dark saberize would be dope as fuck.
So wait,
Yes.
would
Let's
you have
go
a-
ahead and trademark that right now. Dark
Mm-mm.
saberize.
would you have
Or
a dark
just
purple saber?
saberize.
I mean, technically that's a dark saber, right? The dark purple
Repeat.
saber.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so
No, whoa. Here's a good one. Like a tangerine. Like a bright orange tangerine.
Oh, I like
saber.
that. Yeah.
That'd be
but
fucking
dark
dope.
colored, kind of like fucking Spider Dude's camera thing over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so it's made with a bunch of different components. I'm gonna read them off super quick. Focusing lens, emitter, focusing crystal, kyber crystal, pummel, field energizer, stabilizing ring, flux apertures, activation stud. If you don't know what any of those mean, don't worry, they don't exist. Their hilt is created
Wait,
typically.
focusing?
Their hilt
Yeah.
is wait, what?
Wouldn't a focusing lens be real?
Well, okay, yeah, focusing
No,
lens.
don't. Please, no one look for any of these items. They do
Ever.
not exist.
We do not make
Ever.
you needing lightsabers from fake items.
Haha,
I'm
Anyway,
gonna
joke.
make
We
some
were
more
playing.
lightsabers.
Haha.
actually, go out there and make as many lightsabers as you want. Just shoot them to Crook Irish Studios.
Yeah, don't do that. Very dangerous.
No, I mean, don't shoot it at Crook Irish Studios.
No,
I mean,
I
like, ship it to us.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, don't make a goddamn lightsaber because it's fucking dangerous.
Well,
It
don't
is-
ship
Just
to
hit
us
me
either,
up and I'll
'cause it,
send you all the
you don't want to
stuff,
drive a
guys.
ship into us because that's just crazy. Think of all the lives involved when
That's
the ship
true.
crashes. Just
Guys-
think about
Exactly.
Honestly, making lightsabers is a very dangerous business. But
It's extremely dangerous.
make it and
If I-
send it to Crook Irish Studios.
Oh my
I
god.
totally want one. I don't care what other people say.
Just hit me up and I'll actually send you all the key components for one.
Sweet, dude.
You know,
Thanks.
actually, Smaug probably has the components and the
And we will get to that in a second.
fuel. Okay.
Hilt. Created typically from scrap metal, the hilt is usually personalized to the Jedi wielding it because it has the most degree of customization available. Inside the hilt is more mechanical scrap that you can kind of just piece together using whatever instruments are available. The blade is created by focusing the kyber crystal, and the color depends on the Jedi it is attuned to. So the Jedi, their journey is typically Jedi Padawans are sent to a planet filled with kyber crystals where they are sent into a cave, kind of like in The Empire Strikes Back. They are then forced to face Force ghosts who challenge their doubt and fear until they eventually reach out with the Force, and instead of finding the crystal essentially finds them by glowing within the cavern. The Sith can't do that. What?
Wait,
Isn't
so
that
could
from
this
that's from a game, isn't it? That's from Jedi Knight 2.
It is. Well, no. Well, yeah, and Jedi Fallen Order and the Clone
Yeah.
Wars. But go on.
Great games. Great games.
Wait, so this cave that you're talking about with all these crystals, there could be several different colored crystals. It's just people keep getting the red, blue, purple.
Well, no. The crystals themselves are colorless. They actually
Oh.
attune to the Jedi inside of the person. So the green would be like the wise Jedi. The blue is the standard. Because you find this out by the way the Sith make the crystals. The Sith cannot attune to the crystals the same way the Jedi do. It does not respond to them. So what they do is they pour all their hatred, fear, and other negative emotions into the crystal, causing it to bleed and turn red. It is called bleeding the crystal.
Oh. That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, as kind of the final part, I know, did you guys want to mention anything about that?
I mean, it's that whole story kind of makes the Ahsoka Tano story even more compelling.
Yeah, it really does, because her crystals essentially reflected her.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And that's what made the white lightsabers.
I would guess that just sort of solidifies that Ahsoka Tano is the most badass in the universe.
Yeah.
Definitely the reasonable one too.
Oh yeah.
Easily
most
my
reasonable.
favorite Jedi. Easily.
Ditto.
If you can even call her that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So the last thing we're going to talk about, because I was asked last week, are lightsabers possible in reality?
All right.
So I looked it up, and I want to say, guys, the science behind it, it doesn't support it. The physics are pretty fucking vast, and still kind of being sorted through. It honestly, lots of people have tried to make the lightsaber, and lots of people have failed. So if you're sitting there thinking,
Some people have. It's just they don't
hold on a second, Michael.
Well, no, you know what? No, fuck that shit. If it don't look like the shit on Star Wars, you ain't got no motherfucking lightsaber. Fuck that.
All right,
That's it.
There is
now hold on 1 second, everybody. Everybody's jumping in before the great big reveal. Here's the thing, guys. If you're thinking that you're gonna live and never see a lightsaber, you are wrong. There is a lightsaber out there. This guy
I need to see it right now.
has made it, and it's right there in the chat.
I'll explain it in a second. Or now.
Yeah. Explain it. It's you.
Okay.
Max is gonna take the floor explaining the lightsaber.
Okay. So let's just talk about a couple of things that happen in the Star Wars universe. I'm going to focus in on Empire Strikes Back when Luke loses his hand, right?
Yeah, whoa, before you start, I need you to know, Max, I need you, Max.
Yes. Yes,
I
Saventor.
am Saventor. I
Yes.
need you to
Yes,
know
sir. Yeah.
that if at any moment in your story, the lightsaber does not look like any lightsaber in any of the films, I am 1000% out.
It does.
You may continue.
Okay, so if you go on YouTube, you look for some lightsabers, you're gonna find a lot of stupid shit. You're gonna find a lot of guys that actually use a full like piece that just is hot. And that's not a lightsaber. A lightsaber is a forced plasma beam that comes out of your saber thing and is
Nope.
pure. It's pure energy. It's plasma. Okay, it's basically a plasma cutter. If you're a welder, you know what that is. If you're a glass blower, you know what that is. But basically, some guys did actually create a lightsaber that has a controllable length. Okay, and what they did is they used oxygen and I wrote it down. Hold on. I take notes on this because it's really fucking interesting. LPG, compressed liquid propane, which is actually the kind of propane that you put in your gas grill. So you've got the propane and you've got oxygen. So you've got right there. You've got two things that can burn very hot. And if you have a nozzle, or they actually used a bunch of nozzles to focus that, you can control the length and the shape of the blade. Now here's the problem, and this is why you won't ever get a lightsaber like you see in Star Wars, and why I was talking about Luke's hand. There's a thing called thermal dynamics, right? When you take something hot like a lightsaber, like let's say a lightsaber that was created by us, and it was a Proto Saber. These guys actually used a backpack because they needed fuel, right? Oxygen, liquid propane. And by the way, this lightsaber, because it has an oxygen supply, can work in a vacuum in space. So that's kind of cool. But you can't just cut off someone's hand like that. It would, in real life, it would actually, if you just sliced like that, it would just go, it would literally go through your hand and you wouldn't even feel it. Because
So would the blade
in order to get the type of heat that you would need to transfer to a human skin or human body to cut a piece off and cauterize it like that, the blade would need to be hotter than the surface of the sun. So you wouldn't even be able to hold it.
Max, what happens when the blade meets another blade?
Nothing.
It just
They go
passes
through.
right
They go through each other because it's just pure. They're plasma. It's pure energy. They go through each other. They actually go through each other, and it affects the length of the blade. When you swing the blade, because of if it was in a vacuum, right, the blade wouldn't distort. But because of, if we're doing it in an atmosphere, in an oxygenated atmosphere with nitrogen where we live on Earth, the blade actually distorts. So they have it at a length of 3 feet, but when you swing it, it kind of goes down to 2 feet.
Well, so that's yeah. So that's like the science behind it, and
That's the science behind it.
I kind of wanted to bring it back to the previous episode that we did, where we talked at the end of the episode about out-of-canon lightsabers. You know, like the legend lightsabers that Disney discarded. The Proto Saber was actually one of the first sabers built by the Jedi, and it looked pretty much exactly like this guy made it.
Yes. So yeah, these guys actually are working on a lightsaber that all of the stuff is contained inside. The thing is, even with the backpack, they only had about 5 minutes of fuel. So when they create this thing, it's really smart. I watched about 4 videos, and what they did was they made it really cool. It's steampunk. It's all copper. It's pretty bitchin'. They created an integrated circuit and wrote code to control the nozzle and the amount of fuel that came out of each nozzle. So there's like a bunch of them right here, and it creates the blade. So that actually, in my opinion, is sort of like within canon of Star Wars. Like, if you're gonna build your own lightsaber, you got to build your own controlling integrated circuit too.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but if we're going back to thermal dynamics, right?
Max. We don't have time to go back to thermodynamics.
Okay, I was gonna explain how water boils, but that's okay.
No. That's quite fine. I think we all got the general idea of how this lightsaber works. We encourage you to go check them out. I put the link.
It's Hacker Smith. There's a video where he actually puts his hand. He goes like this through the lightsaber.
Max, we're done with that. We're moving on. Thank you. All
That's
right.
funny.
Yeah, fuck science. Fuck science.
Question.
So,
question. Mike's got a question.
Go ahead,
Do
Spider.
we have time for me to explain a Viking lightsaber?
What?
It's completely off of Star Wars, but it actually kind of reminds me of lightsaber. But it's from How to Train Your Dragon. Hiccup actually makes this sword with fire, and it's kind of like would it be counted as a lightsaber because it's a Viking kind of thing?
Okay, well that's kind of dope.
Because
guys.
he just pressed a button and
that's kind of similar. That's like a big
We've got
plasma
to
blade.
wrap it up.
Thank you, Saventor. Guys,
Thanks,
there
Victor.
is a time limit on our podcast.
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
wants to hear us for 3 fucking hours. Okay. No.
Well, I think some people might want to learn about thermodynamics, but that's okay.
And one day we will make a podcast about thermodynamics, everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Upcoming next week we got the Upside Down Brain. That's either gonna be Green Day or No Effects, but we'll get that information to you.
We will.
In 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have the Stone Gauntlet, another episode of it in which we will focus on lightsaber fighting styles.
Ooh.
That will be my last lightsaber episode. After that, we're gonna go full left field. I'm not ready to reveal it yet, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Can we also just say tomorrow we're dropping the second episode of my brain is hanging upside down on the podcast. So if you're subscribed to the podcast in any of the directories, second episode is dropping tomorrow before noon.
Yep. And I just put up links for both of those. UD is the Upside Down Brain podcast, and SG over here is the Stone Gauntlet. You can find those and hit that follow and subscribe. And last but not least, you can find our YouTube page. We uploaded a new Snarly Yow video.
We did.
Which
Curse
is
of the Snarly Owl.
Curse of the Snarly Owl, part 2 coming soon. And finally, if we ever decide to eventually post schedules, you'll find it in our Discord. All right.
True story.
Guys, how you feeling? Everybody ready to start saying their goodbyes?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good too.
All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and leave you. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Thank you for continuing to support our podcast.
Yes.
I am Crook Irish. Go out there and make it a little weird, everyone.
I'm Maxwell Murder, and stay obsessed.
And I'm Spider Dude, and I'll web you later.
I am Saventor.
And that is Saventor. Alright guys, we will catch you